Joao Felix to Paris Saint-Germain. There's been a lot of talk, and I think this player and this profile, I've never seen a 50-50 by PSG fans as this one. Because half the fans, they want it. Half the fans say no. What are your opinions on this?
My opinion is only the casual fans don't want it because, like, this is people are talking about, like, or we talk about a lot, a like for like replacement for Messi or Neymar. And this is your like for like. This is your actual like for like replacement who could actually play that profile. And I mean, I don't know what the deal would look like. Obviously, that plays a part. But yeah, give me that shit. Right. I think he wouldn't mind. I want to say I don't think he mind coming off the bench initially. Like at least like knowing he's playing with, being able to play with Neymar, Messi. So yeah.
And just leaving Atletico Madrid. Because that's what he wants.
Yeah, I think he
That's
just
where
wants to
all
be
of this
honestly.
started.
Yeah.
Paris Saint-Germain have always been interested in Joao Felix, either be replacing Messi or just coming to Paris Saint-Germain. But now there is a good opportunity because Joao Felix wants to leave Atletico Madrid in January. He wants to leave. Khalas is done.
Yeah.
And Paris Saint-Germain and I think two other clubs. I think United and Bayern.
Do you know what they said like the deal would look like if he
So
came?
what the deal right now looks like? It's mostly what Atletico Madrid have said, and they want a loan, 6-month loan from January until the summer with an obligation to buy.
For
No
how much?
price
They say how much?
disclosed.
No
No.
price, but his market value is 70, and they bought him for 120. And I know they have to accept that they will lose some money on him, but I would say the price would be between
Like
65 to 85.
60.
60 to 85. Yeah, I don't really know. He still has a long contract until 2027. So
Yeah, he signed the prison contract. He really did. It was like 7 years or something.
Yeah, but I think he's a great fit for like the way we play in the front. In the front three.
I don't
yeah,
mind. I don't mind. I think, okay, from if I'm looking from the club's perspective, they want someone who can make an instant impact, whether it's off the bench or like who can start and be
yes,
involved in the game and contribute. Like what we've been seeing with Sarabia and Soler and stuff like that, where
mm,
you never know what you're gonna get. Sometimes it works, they're not exactly reliable. I think with Joao Felix, with this team, he's able to make that impact. So for that, and also experience also counts. So with that in mind, I think that's why they could still be interested. My thing is, I have a few hangups. If Felix comes, at least the Messi, Sarabia, or Soler, at least two of them are leaving.
yeah,
Because you can't bring a player of this caliber, of this, with expectations, with a price tag that he has, and most likely the salary that he might get, and put him on the bench and have him play the same role that those two are playing. Also, with that being said, is Messi still, is that contract still on the table for Messi? Because he will start, he will take up most of that time. Again, it's going to be really difficult to share between those two. And sure, he can come off the bench for also Neymar as well, but like, come on, let's be realistic. That's like one thing that I'm really thinking about. What are their plans with those three? um Another thing is, it playing on the right is not his natural position, though he can do it.
Isn't there where he played in Benfica?
Yes. No, he definitely can do it, but at the same time, I don't want to hear any complaints about I prefer the left. No, I'm not. See, this is another thing. People need to understand, and I hope that the club makes it very clear to him that this is the role that you will be playing on this squad, and this is what we have planned for
Yeah,
you.
and no promises, no
Like,
shitty promises.
no, yeah, no, none of that. Like,
Requirements,
yeah,
requirements.
no, like we need someone to occupy the right, or we need someone to do this. That your role is to be the second striker. This is the clear plan that I want them to put on the table for him if they seriously go for him. Because conversations I'm sure are like kind of still early or whatever, but still. Because it's kind of like with Mukiele where he came into, of course he came in because he had that variety, but he was primarily there to give competition to Hakimi and to
Yeah,
possibly help him. Literally, he's there to give competition to Hakimi. But his natural position, this position that he feels comfortable, is as a center back. He claims himself as a center back, but he knew what it was when he came here. So while he states what he wants, he's not complaining about where he's playing. You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
That needs to be established early on. That's all it is. But otherwise, if they have a clear plan for him, take him. I'd rather have him than Sarabia coming on and whatever. He's a much better option. So
Yeah, yeah, I like the comparison you make to Sarabia and Soler because how I would describe them at best is system players. They are players who I would say are suited for the Premier League because the Premier League, it's a system league. Klopp, that's a system he has. Pep, he has a system. Paris Saint-Germain, we don't play that rubbish football. Well, we play talent. We play individual talent, quality football, which means if you don't have the individual talent, you can't make it at Paris Saint-Germain. That's why these Wijnaldum and Guy didn't make it because they are incredible system players. I think Guy or Wijnaldum, as we saw at Liverpool, performed very well. But a system player cannot play in Paris Saint-Germain. Sarabia, he's a system player. He cannot play here. Why? Because he doesn't have those attributes. He can't create anything from nowhere. That's what Neymar, that's what Messi, that's what Mbappe can do. Those are the attackers that have flourished at Paris Saint-Germain.
we've
The
always had that.
unpredictable attacker. Yeah. The
Yeah.
Zlatans, the Lucas, the Di Marias. Unpredictable attacker. Salah, extremely predictable. Salah in Ligue 1 doesn't get over 10 goals.
No,
Salah
let
in
me
Ligue 1 does not get it to
Bro,
over 10
stop,
goals.
no
stop,
let me
stop.
give you an example. Let me give you an example. Like the players we have now, like Mbappe and like Neymar and Messi and stuff. Okay, Messi we'll leave it to the side because he just got here. But the other two teams study footage before they show up against us. They know exactly. Sometimes they already know what Mbappe is going to do before he even does it. And so for that reason, it becomes increasingly difficult for even world-class attackers to do something against some of these Ligue 1 teams. And also it's a low block, but still the fact that they know and the fact that they study, that's why our formations go stale. You see how quickly that back three died out?
Yeah.
We went from August and then looking kind of iffy in September. No. You have to constantly reinvent yourself. That's why players like Di Maria thrived for like 7 years, mostly. I mean, if you don't take in his injuries. It's because like doesn't matter. He's going to always score or he's going to get an assist. It doesn't matter. You can't expect the unexpected. I mean, it's pretty much what it is. And we've always had attackers like that, and otherwise like it's going to be very difficult to survive.
Hey, Loki. If we got Felix, Loki think he could play in the role of Vitinha in that 3-man midfield. I'm just gonna say that.
Why?
Because he has he has similar. I mean, he has this similar ability. Like he's a I don't even want to pronounce the word, associative type player. Like, and he could like, he's good with linking the play between the attack, the midfield. Like he could play in that left. Like Coutinho's like he was actually very high last game too, kind of like on that left side, being able to. I think Felix could play in that role on the left as a left midfielder.
But do you think he has the defensive capabilities and hard-working
I mean,
work rate to play as a midfielder?
yeah. I mean, I've seen him put in work for Simeone at times. Why not?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we can. There's a lot of negatives from Felix' stint at Atletico Madrid, but there surely must be a lot of positives. His mentality, as you said, his hardworking.
Because he's deep a lot most of the time for defending in a block with Atletico. So I mean,
Do you think we can play like a 4-3-3 with a cam and then a striker up front? For example, Verratti, Vitinha, Joao Felix as the cam, you got Mbappe, but then with Neymar. Don't you think that's the position where Neymar plays, Slime?
what?
The position where you want to put Felix?
No, I'm saying he literally.
You're
just,
saying
More like
even
a
more deeper.
midfielder.
Oh, I
Yeah,
Even deeper.
I said this. He could literally do what Vitinho was doing.
he's comparing him to actual midfielders like
I
Fabian
think.
Vitinha.
Yeah, I
Vitinho
think the
wasn't
line.
just playing
I
as
think
a,
I
he's
would draw the
more
line
as
there.
no, Vitinho's playing, but Vitinho's not playing as like a. He's literally more like in the last two phases of play. He's not like he wasn't playing as like a 6 or an 8. Oh, it's like he's like he's playing as an advanced midfielder. So it's not like it's different.
I mean, he has the tech. He has the ball control to do that.
Exactly.
But the thing for me with all
I
of
mean, you
this,
could
Joao
also.
Felix. Yes, Lime?
I'll say you could also, if you want to let your nuts hang, you just you just play adult. You play like under Tuchel. You play Neymar and Felix has double tens, and then you have Messi and Mbappe. You have Messi on the right as the right forward, and Mbappe on the left. But
All right. I mean, that's a possibility. That's a possibility.
but yeah, that's not as realistic. But I'm just saying. But I think Felix can plug in a lot of areas if needed.
He
That's
could.
Utility player. But for me, when I look at all of this and what it says as well on the report, it says underneath the report that Luis Campos is very keen on bring Joao Felix in next summer if Leo Messi leaves.
Yeah, that's what I was
So
thinking.
Joao Felix, it's all about Messi.
Hmm.
If Messi stays, Felix is not coming yet. Or if he accepts sitting on the bench a lot, which is still logical because he wants out of Atletico Madrid. And if Paris Saint-Germain say to him, all right, we got Messi for one more season, come in, you can play with him, sit on the bench, and then after that you will start playing.
More promises.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think that's a good idea, honestly.
But if we look at all with this Joao Felix that recently came out, it's mostly about the loan deal. And the loan deal, it's an amazing thing. Why? That means that for the rest of the season, we will have Joao Felix off the bench. We will have Joao Felix starting games instead of bumps when our players are injured. And as you said, Slime, Joao Felix can maybe play positions we don't even know about. That's just how good his IQ is. Because I've seen many people say, "Oh, where does Joao Felix even play? Where can he fit in? Where can he not fit in?" That should be the question. Like people don't realize how good of a player Joao Felix is. And the thing, as I said, what Paris Saint-Germain need to do now is go to negotiations table and say to Atletico Madrid, no obligation, but give us an option instead.
They would never. They would never, because he wants out in January. This is where that whole thing falls apart. If we're waiting for Messi to decide on whether he's staying or not, you're probably not going to get a real answer by, they say after the World Cup, but I think that's when they're going to start seriously discussing it. You won't get an answer by probably the summer. So this kid wants to leave now. Like, he wants to be out in January. So without having that assurance, I don't see that happening. That assurance from Messi.
Don't you think Messi can say to us in January what his decision is? Or do you think he will drag it out until the summer?
No, I think he will weigh out his options.
What options?
We don't know. Like, okay,
He's
one of them
not
is
going
staying.
back to
No, not
UEFA
Barca.
Lona, broke Lona. He's not
I
going
didn't
to
say
Inter
anything about
Miami yet.
Barcelona, but you don't know what other offers he has on the table. I don't think Miami is going to be his destination either. But it's either he stays or maybe some other project or whatever. Like, maybe
This
he
is
can
at the
give.
biggest club in the world. The
He
only
can
reason
give.
Messi would leave PSG if he feels he's not good enough. But he just won the League and Player of the Month.
Oh, September, Mo. Like, look,
Why would he
it's
care about the
still
league?
so easy.
No, I'm
No,
just saying he's good enough. He's good enough.
no, it's not about him being. Come
Obviously.
on now, it's not about him being good enough. Come on. I think it really depends on other factors as well that we don't really take into consideration, like other things such as environmental or whatever. Or and it's still October,
Family.
so things can change. Yeah, like you really just don't know. But of course, I think the chances of him staying are large. But there's no if. Like the loan option, like you said, in an ideal world, I'd take the loan with an option to buy.
Beautiful.
That would be
Masterpiece.
perfect, but they won't do that. I know they won't for someone who wants to go so bad.
Yeah, but luckily, Joao Felix will be on our side. Campos, our side, and his agent, Jorge Mendes, has a beautiful relationship with Campos. So I can definitely see potential in this deal because I don't see Paris Saint-Germain taking Joao Felix without knowing if Messi's staying or not. Because it's just a stupid risk to do, to loan a player
Yeah,
with an obligation. And then you have
exactly.
both next season.
What if it doesn't work out?
There's no problem with having both next season, though.
No, one is going to be unhappy.
Yeah, Joao Felix is going to
Joao
be
Felix is
unhappy.
going to be the one who
It's
throws the
not.
fit because he's
Nah.
younger. He still has the
Yeah,
career.
but
Nah,
Princess,
he
then
won't.
it also says
He won't get.
maybe when we're sitting in the table and Atletico Madrid say no, we will never give an option. Then Joao Felix is like, all right, PSG, please take the obligation. I will sit on the bench like my idol Cristiano Ronaldo for one season.
His idol's not Cristiano. I'm sure of it.
It's Neymar Jr.
Why?
It's Neymar.
Because
It's
he doesn't
obvious
play like
as
a robot.
day. No, it's as clear as day that his idol is Neymar. But anyway, continue. Oh, and please do not act like Cristiano at this point. We don't want anyone walking off.
Joao Felix idol Cristiano Ronaldo.
No, it's Neymar. He's literally said it's Neymar, though.
No, Joao
Are you really Googling this?
yeah. He said Cristiano Ronaldo is my childhood idol.
He's Portuguese. You're obligated.
Yeah, I hate that dick riding, man.
Stop. No, but seriously, yeah, with an option to buy would be perfect because you get to see what he would look like in the context of the team. Also, if it doesn't work out, if he doesn't feel comfortable playing that role for that time, then he shouldn't be playing that role for a year until Messi's gone. Because that's what I was saying earlier. Like, I mean, in the group chat, I don't think they would do a U-turn on Messi's contract, on his extension thing.
No. They PSG want to keep Messi as long as possible. They want to milk out that cash, that money, that fame, that popularity.
Yeah, they want the Dior money, the GOAT money, Qatar
Oof.
Airways money, like
Now listen,
11 new
the deal
sponsors.
with GOAT, that's one of the highest IQ sponsorships I've ever seen. Just beautiful. Have you seen that video where they were training with white kids, and Messi was the only player that had goat on his sleeve?
I love how every time they score and like both like Messi and Neymar have this the goat sponsorship thing just shows up.
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
they
yeah.
do that on purpose? I just want to know. They're like
Uh,
perfect timing. Yes.
I think that they just score so much, and it's coincidences. I don't, because if you look at that Nice goal, the thing came up before the ball went in, but maybe who knows.
Yeah, maybe it's just coincidences, but yeah.
But then the question is about Felix. Do you see Paris Saint-Germain accepting that with Joao Felix accepting a bench role for one season?
We're gonna have angry players.
Why not?
I don't think he's gonna be angry. He's gonna accept
Not
it.
him. You got Sarabia and Soler standing in line talking about what about me?
No, they're gone. They're gone.
No,
They're
they're
gone.
definitely leaving, but if he stays for like 6 months, they're never seeing that pitch.
Don't care. No one's worried if.
No, I'm just saying, like, you're gonna have like some angry players. That's
But
the
they have
reality.
no voice in the locker room. Like nobody cares if Sarabia is angry or
Whether you
So-
care or not, the reality is someone's gonna complain.
like
You're gonna hear a lot of whining.
Let them
that's not
complain.
relevant enough to even mention.
Also, I've seen on Twitter where people were saying, what's
bunch.
the point of Ekitike if you bring in Joao Felix? That is assuming if he plays his role.
That's
Similar
a good
profile.
question. That's a
Yeah.
good question, and yeah,
That's it.
there is no. Yeah, I mean it's true. This will make it even harder for Ekitike
Felix.
to come
I mean,
into the setup.
It is. Like,
But as I said, Felix, it's an opportunity. It's very similar to Gianluigi Donnarumma. That was an opportunity signing because we had Navas, who was top three at least in the world. But then Donnarumma was for free. Young, soon to be the best goalkeeper in the world. You can't say no to that. And when Joao Felix, one of the most talented players in the world at the moment, is available, wants to leave, Paris Saint-Germain have to jump on that opportunity.
Oh my
Like
god.
we rescue players. We rescued Messi. We rescued Neymar. We rescued Felix now. Donnarumma. We're the rescuers of football.
yes, sir.
And have you seen? We are monitoring Kvaratskhelia from Napoli.
Please monitor some more, please.
I'm good.
What?
No, he's good. The only thing is he plays on the left.
Enough with these Is there anyone who plays on the right in this world? Anyone?
Salah, but I don't want him.
Stop. No. I'm talking about like anyone else. Is there anyone who plays on the right ever? Don't say
Yeah,
Dembele either.
Yeah,